Hello, 4th and 5th graders. Today we're going to open up our 3D Sculpture Center. There is a lot of safety information and random information that is really important for you to know as we open up this center. I'm going to be allowing you to use hot glue guns and special cardboard cutting knives and tools. So because of this, and because there are many of us in this classroom, we're going to need to review safety procedures so that nobody gets hurt. The first thing we need to know about the Sculpture Center is that there are lots of different supplies. They are located right around here. I have up at the top foil and Kleenex boxes. Maybe somebody could use this for something later. There is a drawer full of random things that people have brought in and donated to the art room. These are, they are chopsticks, I'm sorry. But we use everything from old art supply containers to egg cartons to paper straws, because somebody might find it could turn into something else and make something really interesting out of it. Below are paper tubes, and at the very bottom is cardboard. I would like to limit you to 2 pieces of cardboard a day unless you show me that you have joined them together or connected your piece together properly and securely. Otherwise, we end up having a lot of people taking more cardboard than they are actually able to use. Over here is our size tester box. Your sculpture must fit in this box, or you have to either take it apart or take it home right away. If you'd like to bring it back for the next art class, you may do that. However, it's not possible for me to keep everybody's sculptures, especially if they're very large. So please keep your sculpture to a size that can fit in this box. Okay, down below here are a lot of random little things that I've collected. There are everything from small circles and squares to wooden pieces, plastic caps from glue lids, markers, glue sticks, Play-Doh. We collect everything. So if you are ever noticing that you have markers in your classroom that have run out, we can use those caps in the art room. Help us recycle. Lots of popsicle sticks and just random odds and ends. We can find a way to make art out of lots of different things. So you can take a look and peruse through these to see if you can find something interesting that you might want to create with this. If you are having a hard time thinking of an idea, there is a cardboard creation book and a couple of handouts here that might give you some ideas just to kind of how to get started or what you could try to do. So there's endless options. These are just some places to get you ideas for starting. I'm going to talk about the hot glue next. When the light is on here, the hot glue is also on. There is a switch that I will turn on before your class starts. And so when you see this light is on, I just turned it on, that means that the hot glue is also on. The hot glue guns are stationed in 4 different spots, and this is where they will stay, and they must stay within that little square. It is a little bit tight. However, we're going to be very careful in how we use the hot glue guns. I need to review with you safety because, again, there are many of us using these tools together, and it can be dangerous if somebody is not being alert and watching what they are doing. We don't have room in our day for somebody to have an emergency or a burn. Very important when you're picking it up, do not touch the tip. This metal tip here is extremely hot. So if the light is on, you can assume that the tip of this hot glue gun is going to be very, very hot. If you touch the tip of this hot glue gun, your hand or fingers will get burned. You don't want that to happen. Please do not ever get your fingers so close to that tip, okay? This is a low heat gun, so it should not be too it should not get to the heat that it has in the past. These are some new hot glue guns. The glue goes into this chamber here. You can see the hot glue right about there. I keep extra hot glue sticks in a little cup here, And the hot glue, once you notice that the hot glue is not moving forward anymore, if you are trying to do a line of hot glue by pressing the trigger, the glue will not come out at a certain point. It needs to be pulled forward by a little latch here. This one has still got some hot glue in there. So in a few moments, after a few more uses of this glue gun, it's going to need a new glue stick. The glue, when it's not hot, when it's not melted, it looks just like this. It is a cool piece of, almost, it feels like plastic, okay? These are in short supply. Please don't waste glue. I don't have unlimited glue sticks. So please only use it when you really need it. We'll talk more about that later. If you are concerned about using the hot glue, you may use a glove. Now, if I was using a hot glue gun in my dominant hand, or the hand I write with, this is the way I would hold a hot glue gun. I would use my other hand with the glove on, so that, because this hand is likely to be closer to the tip when I'm trying to glue something together. If I'm using the hot glue gun, this hand is in danger. So wear a glove on the opposite hand that you are holding the hot glue gun in. Opposite hand. So if you're holding it here, the glove goes on the other side. Okay. If you have any questions about hot glue, or if you need help your first few times using it, please ask. I need everybody to feel comfortable with the hot glue guns and using them. If I notice that you are using them inappropriately or in a dangerous way, you will not be allowed to use them. That is, we do not have room for anybody to get injured in art. This is a creative space, but there's no room for somebody to be careless with the hot glue. This is a no guarding zone. Mr. Maxwell has you not guard people when you're in PE and you're going to tag them out. You may not stand in line and wait for somebody to be done using the hot glue. Stay at your seat and wait your turn. You must draw a plan and cut any cardboard you're going to use before you use the hot glue gun. It's really important when you're building something that you line things up, that you match corners and sizes. The cardboard I cut is not perfect. The sizes may need to be changed. They may need to be adjusted. So please cut everything to match and to be the same size on both sides to make sure that it's smooth, because hot glue does not like to attach to things that are bumpy or curvy. This is also a no cutting zone. You may not use the cutting tools here. If you have any cutting to do, that should be done, again, before using the hot glue gun. And this should be done at a different table. You also may not have any wet paint in this area. If there is anything wet, again, we are using tools that are plugged in. That's not a good idea with water and things like that, with electricity. Plus, hot glue does not stick to anything that has been painted or that is still drying. If it's still drying, the hot glue will not attach. So just wait. And also, most importantly, please be aware, be alert, always be watching where your glue gun is, and make sure that it is always left standing up when you are finished using it. Do not ever let it sit down. It needs to be placed nicely here. Now, if this person needs a little bit more room, we can scooch this way to do our gluing so that we give a little bit more space for people to work here. But it's really important that we are all being really safe with the hot glue. I'd like to demonstrate to you in person how to use the scissors and our special knife tools. These are perfect for cutting cardboard. However, I do prefer using the giant cardboard scissors, but I'm also going to demonstrate how to use these cutters as well. So I wanted you to see these parts of our station. If you do not have time for hot glue, this is a quick drying tacky glue that is also really good for gluing pieces together. If you had something, perhaps you have a piece of cardboard that you just need to glue on top of another, use that. This is very good glue for things like that, and it dries fairly quickly. When you are fastening things together, if you are not using hot glue, because there's hundreds of ways of attaching things without hot glue, we have brass fasteners and we have pipe cleaners that can be used to twist and attach things to each other. I have up here an attachment board for different creative ways and sometimes stronger ways of attaching things to other pieces of cardboard. For instance, that little brass fastener called a brad, it creates movement, so you can take two pieces and put them together and one thing could move. So this is nice for things like with puppets or robots or machines or inventions. This is helpful. The pipe cleaners, I now have the pipe cleaners instead of these wires, but these can be good for doors if you're making a book or something special. You can use shapes to create corners. This helps your pieces stay very strong. You can use tabs and cut into a piece so that if you want something to stand up. So take a look at this board. There's lots of really helpful hints here that can help you as you're thinking of using this center. Please make sure you are planning first so that we are using our supplies, our resources wisely. Please be safe. I'm going to demonstrate how we use the knives and the scissors in person here. And I'm excited to see what you all create. Be safe.